Hey there, it's good to see you. We're about to go into a meditation on feeling really seen by your ideal parent figures. And just before we do, I just wanted to mention a couple things. One is that if this is super challenging or dysregulating, if something feels scary or, different like disturbing like imagery or anything like that were to come up for you, you don't need to push through that. You don't need to try and work really hard to figure out the right way to do it. Just let it go. You can pause. You can stop entirely. Go meditate or you know take a shower. Whatever it is that you need to do to self regulate is totally okay. Does not mean that you're doing anything wrong. It's actually a good thing to discover that. It's just that I won't be able to hold space for you to explore what's going on there, figure that out because this is a video, and we would need to do that on a one-on-one session. Now, that doesn't mean that that's likely to happen or for most people that that's going to happen. It's just that it's something that can arise anytime someone is doing ideal parent figures. Um, Also, just you don't need to work super hard at this. We do not need you to go to 100% of the feeling that we're shooting for. Just getting even just 1%, one little step in the right direction of what we're trying to go for, the sense of being seen and feeling safety. 1% is plenty. So, and also, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes, but you totally don't need to. But it's definitely recommended. That's going to help with the imagery. And you don't need to be totally still for this either. In fact, move around as much as you want. If different emotions are coming up during the scene, during this visualization, then feel free to express that with your face. Like let the feelings come through your face, let them come through your body. If whether there's something uncomfortable that's happening, you can express that with your body. Or if there's you're feeling held by your ideal parent figures, you can kind of represent that by actually like holding yourself in a certain way if you want to. But you totally don't need to. You can be totally still as well as you want. But the invitation is there to allow these different feelings to come through your body. So that's it. We'll start now. So get yourself into a comfortable position. We don't need or even want this to be a really rigid, proper meditation stance, though you can if you want, if that's what works for you. You can also be lying down in bed. You can be sitting on the couch or just sitting in your chair, sitting cross-legged on the floor. So just get yourself into that position. If you need to pause the video while you do that, go ahead. And once you're ready, just start to settle in. Notice all of the thoughts, all of the tensions or electricity in the body, this energy from the day that might be floating around or scattering or jumping from place to place. Just noticing your breath. Breathing in and out through your nose and letting all that dust slowly settle down towards the ground. You don't need to get rid of it. Don't need to try and push everything away. Just notice that as you breathe, all this dust, all this energy can just start to settle. Letting your exhales be a bit longer than your inhales. And the tension starts to just slip off of your shoulders, releasing your jaw. As you exhale, releasing tension from your chest and your back and your legs. And noticing the sensations on the bottoms of your feet, whether they're touching the ground or touching the air. Just noticing the sensations on your bottoms of your toes, and the arches of your feet, on your heels. Relaxing your ankles. And starting to let each exhale become a little bit longer than the exhale before it. So the breath just continues to slow down. And as the breath slows down, you become a little bit more calm and relaxed. The breath really slowing down as you become more and more calm and relaxed. And now you can let the breath go to normal. And instead you can imagine a gentle but floating sensation, as though you're floating on a soft, warm cloud. And this cloud supports you gently but firmly. It's like it's wrapping you up in just the right way that feels safe and secure, like being wrapped up in a warm blanket. And I will count from 5 to 1. And this cloud will carry you off to a safe place that is just so safe and secure, like it's made just for you. And when I reach 1, you will be a young child in this safe place. So this cloud will carry you back through the years to a safe place as a young child of around 2 or 3 years of age. So counting down. 5, floating back through the years. 4, floating on the soft, warm cloud. 3, floating back through your teenage years. 2, floating back through your childhood. And 1, landing in a safe place as a young child, where you can feel safe and secure. Just notice where you are. And now, one or both of your ideal parent figures enter into the scene. These are not your actual parents that you actually grew up with, but a different set of ideal parent figures who are just perfectly suited to you and your nature. And as they enter into the scene, just as they approach, just from their energy and the way that they look at you, you can feel their warmth, their friendliness, their openness. It's like you're already being embraced by them just from the way that they approach you. And this is in such a way that you still have space to be your own person, your own being. They're totally settled in their own bodies, in their own sense of self. Because they're so settled in themselves, they have no need to impose themselves on you in a way that you don't want. Instead, they're just deeply listening to you, deeply listening. And not just listening to words or sounds that you make, but listening to all of your energy, all of the tensions in your body, all of the emotions that are going on for you. Really listening to all of the desires that you have, whether for space or for closeness. Because they're listening so deeply, they know exactly what you need in this moment. And so they approach you and they land in just the right way, with just the right amount of space, whether you want them to be right there, actually holding you, pulling you up into a hug. They can see that and they give that to you. Or if you really want a bit of space and you want them to be a bit of distance away, they can hear that as well. And they just adjust, really deeply listening with their whole bodies to everything that's going on for you. And I'll be silent for a moment as you have some time to explore that and let these ideal parent figures keep adjusting to exactly what you need. Noticing how these ideal parent figures are totally supportive of you, regardless of your state and what might be going on for you. They're not trying to change you. They're just listening and adjusting to exactly what you need. And they're totally supportive. Their presence with you has this real sturdiness to it. They're very warm and open, and they also have this real rootedness, like a tree or a rock, just so solid as they attune to you and listen to you and let you in. Their attention to you is very gentle and at the same time very firm and sturdy. And because their presence is so stable and sturdy, this can be an anchor as you start to feel like you can even reveal a little more of yourself. If you want to, and you totally don't have to. But because they're there with you and really listening to you and they're really solid, more of your edges and emotions can start to come up in this space. There's more space for you. And whether this is more of an insecurity that comes up or an expression of joy that you're maybe holding back, or expression of sadness or anger. All the masks or shields that you may have that are preventing you from really revealing yourself, those can start to soften as they listen to you. And you can play that out just in your imagination, or you can actually start to reveal that with your body as well. It's like the body and all of these protections can just start to relax and unwind into the presence of these ideal parent figures who are so deeply listening to you, so deeply present with you. Again, in a way that is totally non-invasive. They're very firm and settled in themselves, confident in their own being. so they have so much space to just see you and support you. And now they give you exactly what you need to feel safe and supported by them. And whether that's just this same gentle presence, this loving warmth coming from them, or maybe there's a physical touch, like a hand on the knee, or a hug, or they can pick you up and hold you. They give you exactly what you need to feel this sense in your body. I love you, I support you, and I'm here for you. Really letting that in. And noticing how that feels in your body. Where in your body might you feel a sense of openness, where something is relaxed, or maybe where something is tensed up? Just noticing how this feels in your body. And as I count from 5 to 1, you will become awake and present in the room, settling in the experience. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awake and present in the room, settling in the experience. Okay, good job. So, this is a good time to journal about what you noticed, about what was easy, what was hard, if there's anything you might have learned, and just start to take stock of that. And if you have questions, I'm going to leave my contact information down below. Please feel free to contact me and ask any questions. Or if you're interested in one-on-one sessions, note that I am not a therapist. I am just a coach and facilitator in ideal parent figures. But if you want to reach out for one-on-one sessions, I'm also available for that. So thanks so much, and have a beautiful day.